How's it going there, YouTube? Before please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. So, as I promised, I'm here with another A24 film, one I was looking forward to from the trailers. So, this movie is Undertone. Undertone. And this is directed, I think this is a first time director. I think this is a directorial debut. His name's Ian Toisson. Yeah, Ian Toisson. So he actually wrote and he directed Undertone, and this is actually a Canadian film that was released last year. So I saw trailers for this, and I was interested. I wasn't sure how the film was going to turn out. So this is a horror film, this straight up horror film, and again, directed by Ian Toisson. And this follows Nina Nina Carey, and she plays um, uh, Evangeline Babick, or Evie for short. And she does this. She's basically, in this house by herself. She's taking care of her mom. Her mom's in a comatose state, so she has to stay there and take care of mom. But her job is to run a podcast. She runs a successful podcast, and this podcast delves into the paranormal. Basically, like paranormal. Her and her friend Justin, uh, play played by Adam DeMarco. They both run a podcast together, and Evie, she's more of like a skeptic, so like she's like, look, yeah, we're running this podcast, but I don't believe a lot of this shit that's going on. I mean, come on, like it could be this, it could be that, and she's questioning things. And but her friend Justin, he's more of a believer of what's happening. He's like, look, this stuff is real, this is true. So you sort of get that dynamic of her being a skeptic. She reminded me, I had brought it up, but she kind of reminded me of the magician, or the not so much the magician, but the guy from Late Night with the Devil, the skeptic, where he's constantly pointing out, that could be a trick. That's a trick of the camera. Such. He was a magician too. Actually, he did do magic tricks. But yeah, so she just reminded me of him. And the thing about this movie is, it is a very low budget. This movie was shot for $500,000, and you can tell there's not really too many characters in this movie. There's two characters. It's the girl running the podcast, Evie, and her mom, uh, her comatose mom, who doesn't have a name. She just mama the whole time. So the film takes place inside the house. Like that's the entire film is inside the house. So this is more of a bottle film with a really low budget, like I said, of $500,000. And so again, like for A24 films, I was looking forward to this movie, and I will say I think the effort was there, because I'm going to be really honest with you. I think I did look at the Rotten Tomato score in this, and it's kind of up there. I thought it was going to be lower than what I saw. The Rotten Tomato score is at like a 74%, 74% Rotten Tomato score. So critics apparently like this movie. I mean, I know 74 is like kind of mediocre a little bit. It's like a C grade, but at the same time, uh, that would imply that there's some scare factor to this movie. Um, I'm gonna be honest. I don't get it. I don't understand how this is scary. I was bored watching this. This movie actually really bored me. I was bored. Um, I think my brother actually fell asleep on this movie. Like it's boring. It's so I don't know if like scary sounds don't. You know what? This reminds me like this movie actually reminded me of Paranormal Activity, especially with the success too. I was like it made that much money. Uh, yeah. So it does resemble Paranormal Activity to the degree of like the low budget and how much it made back. They made a lot of money back. So we who knows? We might get an Undertone too, and an Undertone series. Just like the Paranormal Activity series. But this reminded me a lot of Paranormal Activity. It's one location. I guess the audio is supposed to be disturbing because literally all you're doing is you're sitting there watching her and her friend who you never see in a movie run a podcast, and they just go through audio files. Seriously, I'm not even joking. That is the entire movie. Now there's moments where weird things kind of happen in the house, but trust me, it's not what you think it is. Seriously, I was bored watching this movie. I was bored for what's the duration on this because this has to be known. Um, 94 minutes, so about a little over an hour and a half. So for about an hour and a half, I was bored, really bored. I don't like it's such a boring film. Like you're really just sitting there and watching her just go through audio files, play creepy music. They try to do this whole thing with fairy tales having, or like the nursery rhymes you used to sing when you was a kid in school and preschool and all that stuff. It tries to derive off the fact that this there's this creep factor, I guess, that because yeah, I found out like a lot of our nursery rhymes growing up were pretty dark if you really looked at the meanings of them, and then they go further and like, yeah, but if you play Mary Had a Little Lamb backwards, it has this super dark message to it. And I just rolled my eyes when I heard that. I'm like, here we go, man. Like this movie, like it's not scary at all. I was not like, and it's crazy because like I've already seen, and I hate to compare movies to these movies, but like we just got Backrooms and Obsession, like two of the best horror films of this year. So just going back to watch Undertone, it was just kind of like this isn't that great. This is like kind of weak. The actors in here are fine. The mom doesn't really do anything. She just lays in the bed. I mean, she does some creepy things here and there, but it's like, so what, man? Uh, by the time like something, even a semblance of something starts to happen, the movie's over. It's over. Uh, yeah, y'all. This is a do not recommend. I was honestly going to go a low recommend because of the effort, but the more I think about this movie, the more I dislike it. It's so boring. It's boring. Like I just was not like nothing scared me, nothing surprised me, nothing. I think me and my brother, when we was watching the movie, like we just looked at each other and was like, man, this movie better give me. He looked at me, my brother looked at me. He's like, this movie better give me a jump scare or something. At this point, I laughed. I was like, look, I don't even like jump scares, but I will take that right now. Like, this movie is so slow and it's so boring. Yeah, this isn't a good movie, y'all. Yeah, this is a do not recommend. Um, one of the weakest films in A24's library. But yeah, that is my review for Undertone. If I had to say, is it the worst movie of 2025? Yeah, I'm kind of gearing towards that. It because it tries so hard to be like the next Paranormal Activity, and like I said, I looked at the budget. It was on a $500,000 budget and made over $22 million, so it definitely profited. It did its job. I know Paranormal Activity did better because that was only on a $10,000 budget at the time, and it made like over $200 million just because of the marketing. Really, a lot of people that I've heard came out from Paranormal Activity a little disappointed. And I'm not gonna lie, I never watched the first Paranormal Activity. I didn't think it was. The trailer to me didn't look interesting, so I just didn't. I kind of skipped over Paranormal Activity. Uh, but yeah, that's my review for Undertone. It's a do not recommend for me. So, did you see Undertone and you liked it? Like I said, it's got a pretty solid Rotten Tomato score. So maybe you're one of the ones who liked it. Um, Let me know what you thought in the comment section. And as usual, I will see you in the next review. Peace.